Hello everybody, this is your captain speaking. I actually meant to make this video like 2 weeks ago, back when this whole thing was still relevant, but I was busy with exams and a bunch of other stuff. But all that is behind me now, so I can actually properly address this. That being Kanye and his bullshit. And honestly, this isn't even a new thing, because I feel like for the last couple years in general, he's just been on a steady decline, just degrading day by day. In the last few weeks, it just became really amplified, and he's just gone into full overdrive, destroying everything that's left of his reputation, and burning bridges with everyone and everything. Okay, and here's the thing: I mean, we all know Kanye has been getting himself into controversy since the beginning of time, but like in these last few weeks in particular and years, it's really just gone overboard. And it's really sad to see because, I mean, this guy, he's a really talented artist. And I mean, just seeing him suddenly go into this whole, like, 180 turn with his insanity, it's really disappointing because first you had the whole thing with those weird ass Yeezys, that completely did not, match the normal style that he has. Then he had, his whole like weird interest in politics that was more than the average celebrity, then the presidential run, then the name change, then the breakup with Kim K, and now he's spewing neo-Nazi bullshit. So it's really just a really depressing just story to witness about somebody and their path into complete just craziness. And it's also kind of scary because it is actually somewhat similar to another person, that being Terry Davis. If you guys don't know who that is, basically super talented programmer. The guy had been working with computers since like the 1980s, Commodore 64, those kind of computers. He's super fluent in a bunch of languages. His biggest feat was creating an entire operating system on 16 megabytes with its own bootloader and graphical engine and everything all by himself, okay? An entire operating system that is fully functional and bootable, made by one person. Let that sink in. Now, unfortunately, the man also suffered from schizophrenia, which is why on streams a lot of times he would have these like random outbursts where he would scream racial slurs for some reason. And he would get paranoid that like either the God is watching him or that the CIA is spying on him. And unfortunately, it all ended really tragically for him a few years back when he took his own life. And we know that Kanye is bipolar, and bipolar and schizophrenia aren't the same thing, not by any means, but there are a lot of similarities. And in fact, Terry Davis was actually originally diagnosed with bipolar disorder before it turned into a schizophrenia diagnosis. And I don't know whether or not that's going to happen to Kanye, but I feel like it is a possibility. And just considering how one of these people ended up and how it ended fatally for that person, I don't really want to see Kanye end up the same way, especially because, not only can it end up hurting him, but people around him as well. And bipolar disorder, like, it can do really fucked up things to a person. When somebody has a really severe episode of it, it can cause somebody to lose all their money, their reputation, their basically financial security, their livelihood, everything in a matter of minutes. And that's kind of what's happening to Kanye. And once again, it's just really, really scary to watch this whole thing go down. And that's why, I mean, I highly doubt there's anybody connected to Kanye watching this, but if by some chance there is, get this man serious psychological help immediately, okay? Before he hurts himself or others. Because at this point, I feel like it's not even just a bipolar episode. Like, this is, on the level of, like, some Ted Kaczynski shit. So, I am just really scared for, what might happen in the future. And I really hope that, nobody has to, like, physically end up suffering from this, okay? Because his current situation is really, really unstable. And that's really all I wanted to say, that, like, he needs serious help. And I really hope that he can get it in one way or another. And that's really all there is to say about this. And with that, I'll see you guys around. Until next time.